Hello, everybody. I'm coming back to it hours later, but here we are. Number 3, give the domain and range of each using a number line, interval notation, and set notation. I think I'm going to take out number line. I think we know how to do that. Maybe I'll give you a quick number line at the end. But for each of these, we need to give the domain and range. So domain, let's start with, and we're going to do range after. So the domain, all of the possible x values. Well, let's have a look. This has a little arrow that's going in each direction. Let me zoom in a little bit. A little arrow that's going in each direction. So this goes on and on and on. So it's going to end up covering every x, and every positive x, every negative x, every x, on and on and on. So in our interval notation, we're going to have it's going to never quite reach negative infinity, and it would go all the way up to, but never quite reaching positive infinity. So it's all x values. And in set notation, we would use the squiggly line. The set includes x is all real numbers. That's it. That our x is going to include all real numbers, all possibilities. And for our range, going to be pretty much the same thing. These are all of our y's. These are all of our x's that we have as well. It's going on and on and on in each direction. It's going down, all through all of the y's forever. We're also going to have a negative infinity and a positive infinity. And then we'll also have our little squiggly line that y is an element of all real numbers, just like that. As a maybe for the domain, I'll show you what a number line could look like. A number line could look like this. We got 0, 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3, and we could have show that a line goes on and on forever in every direction, something like that. Okay, let's look at our other one. We have a parabola here. The domain, so our x's looks like it's going to continue to open up in a kind of U shape, and it looks like we're going to cover every single x. We go on and on in each direction forever. So it looks like we're going to include every x. So we're going to go to negative infinity and to positive infinity. My infinity symbols are not the best. Maybe after this unit I'll have improved. And our set notation is also the same as our last one, a squiggly line, that x is going to be an element of all real numbers. But our range will be a little bit different, at least for this one. This is our y's, these are our x's. The range looks like we're going to start here at -1 and go on from that. So our lowest point is going to include -1 and go up to positive infinity. But it won't ever reach positive infinity, so we use the round bracket. And when we do our set notation, we can do our squiggly line. Y is an element of, it's going to be y is, let's say, greater than or equal to -1. And y is an element of all real numbers, like that. And if you wanted to show this one on a number line, we could do, let's do the range just for fun. Let's do 0, -1, -2, 1, 2, 3. I would circle in this -1 and show that we're going on and on in that direction forever. Okay, let's try number 4. And here is where the list part comes in. Here's where we need to do a list. And this is when our data is discrete. Okay, so this is not continuous. This is only when our data is discrete. So here, we're not connected between these dots. We have discrete and distinct dots. And so what we have to do for our domain and range with these ones is show them as a list. So this is going to include, use a squiggly bracket. Looks like we have for our x's a -2. We have two -2's, but you only have to show one of them. So we got a -2. Looks like we have a -1. So you do comma, -1. Looks like we also have a +1, and we have a +2 in the squiggly bracket. And our range looks like the bottom one. This is our first one here. Use our squiggly line. I'm not good at these squiggly lines either. -1. Looks like we have right there a +1. And we have 3 of those ones at 2. We just have to show it once. So it looks like that. So this, when you do a list like this, it's to show discrete data. For B, let's do our domain and range again. And range. Let's do, so the possible values for X will be 7, 5, 3, 1. And our possible values for the Y's are 3, 2, 1, 0. Wow, I think my squiggly lines are getting worse. Anyways, you get the picture. And for our last one, let's do domain and range again. Remember, our ordered pairs are always shown as x, y, x, y, x, y. So our domain, let me do nice squiggly ones. Oh, it's not bad. Are going to be 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. And our range is going to be the second number, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like that. Okay, thank you so much. I'll let you know what textbook questions I'd like you to do.